Good morning, good morning. What is going on, everybody? What you think? What do I think about what, bud? Connected to YouTube, connected to YouTube. It would be great if there was 2 YouTube chats here. What do you think of the EOS 7D Canon? I don't really think too much of the D series cameras. First mirrorless camera suggestions coming from an FZ. What's your budget, bud? EOS R10. Mark IV. I would go with Canon. Canon's my favorite, for sure. The R10 is really nice. I wouldn't get any M cameras, and OM is... Z50 would be kind of cool too, the Nikon Z50. Yeah, that'd be kind of nice as well. For sure. For sure, for sure. But we're just getting set up, guys. Can I get a volume check, an audio check? Mic check, 1, 2, 3. How do I sound? Just getting started here. I'm trying a new TikTok thing where I'm streaming TikTok vertical at the exact same time as streaming horizontal. So we'll see how that goes. Everything seems to be going just fine. It was a lot easier than I actually thought it was. So feel free to ask me any of your camera questions if you have any. $15 people over here in YouTube. Good morning, good morning. What I'm waiting to see is if YouTube chat is combined over here, because I have a YouTube chat connected as well. Good morning, TikTok. How's it going? Good morning. Red Light Automotive. What's up, man? Thank you for the rose. Appreciate you. Hungry AV, what's up, man? What's up? What's up? Thank you for the second rose, man. Appreciate you. Good morning, everybody. What cameras do you guys currently shoot with, by the way? Hello, yeah, it is. All right, cool. Cool. It doesn't look like the second YouTube chat is connected, so we'll have to mess with that. A Sigma Legacy. What's up, man? What's up? I had a couple of new YouTube ideas that I was working on. Just wanted to get this kicked off today, but where are you guys all coming from, by the way? Where are you guys all viewing? Andrew, what's up, man? Good morning. You over on YouTube, I see. California. I am multi-streaming, Andrew, this morning to both vertical and horizontal YouTube. I had to have 2 different stream keys. Going on a jog, then recording all day. Nice, bro. That's what I'm doing today. I got a lot of recording, a lot of editing to do as well. I had to deliver a video, some short videos for the no more optimization. I told you, bro. Just fucking go, man. I told you, bro. It's all good, man. So I've discovered one problem that I need to combine. I need to find a way to combine the second YouTube stream. I need to find a way to connect the second YouTube stream. That's what I need to do. The chat. What's up, man? I had an epiphany. Well, let's hear it, bro. Share it with the world, man. Share with the world. I'm getting the Lumix S. Ooh, that's what you call an epiphany. I'll go live when I'm editing. Sick, bro. Yeah, I mean, on what vertical, on what channel? I mean, no, dude, S9 is definitely not enough, man. What? So Destiny 9000. Let me ask you this, man. What made you realize this epiphany, or come to this epiphany? Talk to me, bro. Because the S9, man, if I look at the S9, it's a nice camera, dude. There's nothing wrong with it, except it might not be what you expected it, right? It's not a pro camera. Is it a good camera? Yeah, sure, but I still love the gold color, man. Where's that gold color that I always look at? This one. I always look at this guy right here, titanium gold. I think it's a little bit more brown. This one to teach. Oh, okay, bet. I had an epiphany too. It broke on you. What happened? Diana Cortez, what's up, Diana? How are you? Good morning. The screen went blank. Weird, dude. What were you doing with it? Did you get water on it or something? Hey, just accomplished the goal. I got a Sony A7 IV. Woo! GG's, Diana. GG's, Diana. You fucking did it. Did you get it in your hands yet, or you just bought it? Negative. I was shooting pics on the beach. Huh. Well, I mean, did you send it in, or what's your recourse there? Sammy's camera has a deal, a slider for $10. Can you look at it? What's Sammy's? Is it like Sammy's camera? Where do I find it? You were just on their site? I've never been on this site in my life, dude. Sammy's? I don't have a Sammy's camera where I live. There might be, but I've never seen one. I don't even know where one is. Los Angeles, Orange County. Yeah, this looks like it's all California, dude. Jesus. Memorial Day savings up top. Let's see. A $10 slider? Hold on, drop me a link. That'd be easier than me just hunting it down. I think I'm gonna really like this YouTube vertical though, because what I was doing before was I was using horizontal and it was cropping. What's up, Chris? Good morning, Chris. Wow, I'm very. What's up, Fiend Fins? I just got here, bro. I couldn't sleep last night. So I stayed up till like 2 a.m. my time. So this morning I woke up at like 10 a.m. slept in a little bit. There it is. All right, let's check this out. Looks like a manual slider, bro. This looks like this looks like just a manual slider. These are pretty cheap, dude. $10 is nothing though. So all that it is you put your camera on here, bro. That's all that it is. You put your camera on here and then you manually move it. So it just gives you, so you won't be able to rotate it. It'll just be like pushes, pulls, and pans. Granted, you could, oh, you know what you could do? Does your gimbal have tracking? Yeah, if your gimbal has tracking, what I see people do that have manual sliders is that they stick their gimbal right on this thing here, and then they put the tracking onto the subject of whatever it's going to be, and then they physically push the slider, and then the tracker kind of gives you that illusion, if that makes sense. I have one of these, a manual slider. I've used it maybe twice, because then I bought an actual, proper, like an automatic slider. Sent it in, waiting to hear the results. Okay, good. Been playing with it, so hard to understand, I gotta say. That's the, Diana, this is the fun part. The fun part of getting a new camera is like all of the things that you don't know and all of the things that it can do. You bought a camera that is very, very, very capable. So anything, if depending on how you take to, this isn't your first camera, is it? Depending on how you take to it, you'll have this camera for like 10 years. I took my first panning shot yesterday. Nice, bro. What were your settings? It's been 3 weeks. My camera is at service center and it feels bad to decline offers. That's why you have to have 2 cameras, bro. I was confused. I rewinded the VOD to see that Lumix branding just looked like Sammy's to me. Oh, no, it's all good, bro. Yeah. No, I've never been on Sammy's website. It sounds like it's, they probably ship nationally, but Sammy's camera is not something that we have over here. We have Unique Photo, which is just like a regional thing, a couple locations, and B&H Photo, but that's only one location. My settings were 140 shutter speed and 200 ISO. Nice, bro. How did the photo come out, bro? Yes, because I am cameraless now. Yeah, dude, you always gotta have, you don't gotta ask me how many cameras I own. I own tons of cameras. Not so that I can be without a camera, but on a shoot, dude, if you have a camera that goes on you during a paid gig, that's not good, bro. Surprisingly sharp. Good. Yeah. Learning new photo styles, bro, is really fun, man. Like, diving into like macro photography, focus stacking, all kinds, still life photography, just practicing different low light photography. Just practicing in different environments is really cool. But yeah, that's what that is. It's a manual slider. What would you use it for? You'd probably use it. You'd probably be good to use for your reels, for your drink page. To get some dynamic shots. And to get like repeatable shots. So like say that you want to get a shot where you do a drink transitions to another drink, but you also want to include motion in that shot. You would set this this slider up and then mark the spot on the table where your drink is, and then replace the drink and then repeat the motion on the slider. I understand why the other guy doing sports photography in town bought 3. Exactly, bro. Exactly. 3 camera buddies is a lot, but he probably rocks with 2 and then uses a 3rd as a backup, or he might just use 3 different lenses. But yeah, 100%. I have 5 cameras. Good for you, Adam. Good for you. Yeah, man, you gotta have backup cameras, especially if you're doing paid work. But Dynasty 9000, remind me, bro, do you do paid work or are you just a hobbyist? Because realistically, man, if you just are doing this for shits and giggles, like 1 camera body's fine. But if you're a professional and like redundancy across the board when it comes to media handling, all kinds of stuff like that, camera bodies, batteries, you need redundancy all across your workflow. My new goal is to do shutter drag shots. Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, man. Fiend fins, man. That I tell everybody, if you guys have been here long enough, man, when somebody says, hey, what's your advice to me as a new photographer? Go outside. My advice to you as a new photographer is to go outside and practice every single day, edit every single day. The past couple of weeks, I've been working on some, some new, I've been getting out there more often. And like on my Instagram, I'm sure that most of you guys have seen that I have been doing more portraits, like these cops right here. This is one of my most popular, more popular photos that I've taken. It's just a guy, Officer DeVito here. I think he got like 3,000 impressions or views. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get paid. Got it. I'm your #1 fan on YouTube. Woohoo! Those air horns are for you, buddy. I hope that I have a what's it called? Look at this guy's stogie, man. I hope that the on YouTube vertical, can you guys hear me over there? I actually don't even know what that looks like, because I don't know how people find me on shorts. Like, do people, I don't know. Let's find out. Like, if I go to my own YouTube page, will I see myself like live twice? What does that look like? Let's find out. Oh, there I am. Look at that. Okay, so I'm only live once, it looks like. But most of you guys are hanging out with me on horizontal. Zero connection. What's up, buddy? Damn, I must be #2 by default. Zero connection. I did recently just add, just an FYI for you guys on YouTube. I appreciate you guys, by the way. I did add a secondary stream, a vertical stream on YouTube. So now you guys can see what TikTok sees. But I want to test this out. I want to see what this. That shit looks good, dude. That's YouTube, man. That shit looks fire. And it sounds good, too. The music sounds good. Harry Drew. What up, Harry Drew? Good morning, man. Yo, I'm pumped, man. I'm low-key pumped. Not even low-key, man. I'm fucking pumped. I am pumped right now, dude. The one thing that I do have to do is add the new text chat to whatever this is, this combined chat over here. Harry Drew, what's going on, Harry Drew? Is the Sony A7 II a good beginner cam, or the Panasonic Lumix, mainly wedding photography and others? I'd probably get the Sony A7 II if that's all you can afford. It's not a very, it's an old camera, I guess I could say. I use my trusty 4000D. All right. The f2.8 on full frame lens and APS-C is similar or indifferent. I don't remember. I'm not a physicist. I don't remember what the actual like impact is. There is a difference though. I'd want a Sony cam, to be honest, not a Canon. I'd want a Sony. Yeah, get the Sony, man. Just gifted a subscription. Thank you, Zero Connection. Appreciate that, man. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Thank you for the gift membership. I don't know what to do next after that. I appreciate it though. What does that mean? Oh, you gifted yourself. I guess you get a little emoji now. Regardless, I appreciate it. Gifts are always appreciated. Not necessary though. I'm here to give as much information out as freely as possible. I will though, for channel members that are people that are channel members, I have a thing That is the first tier. I forget what it is. It's what it's called. I do live reviews on demand. So like if I'm ever live and a channel member jumps in, and they ask for a photo review, we'll stop what we're doing and go immediately into I feel that that's kind of an incentive so that that person can kind of get their profile out there and get their photo work out there. But it looks like Zero Connection gifted himself. I appreciate you, bro. What camera and lens for $300? I don't know, Philip. I usually don't recommend people spend have at least, I recommend people have at least $700 for a camera. Now I plan is now 2 cameras and 2 lenses. That should be a goal, bro. But the Lumix S5 II or the S5 IIX, dude, that's a solid camera, man. Solid camera. I know that you like Lumix. I already pre-ordered the new Canon. My friend is selling his for $60. Cheap, dude. Harry Drew, thank you so much for the membership. Oh, you guys are going crazy, man. I appreciate you. Hey, who's on YouTube vertical? By the way. Is anybody on YouTube vertical? If you are on YouTube vertical, can you guys do me a solid and send just a comment? What I'm trying to see is if because I have 2 instances of 2 separate stream keys for YouTube, one horizontal and one vertical, and I want to see if the chats combine. Oh, there he is. Okay, I appreciate that, Andrew. No, so there isn't. So I need to figure out a way to add this chat over here. Potential spam is calling me right now. Chatbot. Is it the chatbot? No, it's not. Widgets and alerts. Is it this? YouTube. Oh, here it is. Okay. Platform. It doesn't give me more YouTube options. There's tons of spam calling, bro. Tons. So it only gives me one instance of, so here's what I need to do. I need to find out how to get multi-chat from 2 YouTube sources into one. Interesting. Problem solving, man. Just debugging. Andrew knows how it is. Always optimizing. My buddy Andrew over here. Vertical message. Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, so this vertical stream over here, like the vertical stream, my metrics over here, they go up, they go down. Then I have like 20 people, then 16 people, then 2 people. So it behaves a lot differently than my horizontal one, which is really interesting. I got this idea from somebody that I was watching yesterday. They were gaming on YouTube, but they had 2 instances of YouTube. I'm like, let me fucking see if I can do that. There's a ton of spam calling for sure, dude. What camera should I buy in the range of $100 for TikTok vlogging? $100 for TikTok vlogging? Probably your cell phone, dude. Vertical has a delay. You have to like make sure that you're in the live. That's good information though. Harry Drew, thank you so much for the membership. Creator Noob. Is that like a funny name, guys? I titled my my tiers or whatever. The first one is called Creator Noob. I thought some of the gaming guys would think it's kind of funny. There's a lot of spam calling now. Garcia, thank you. There's 0 spam callers in my country. Should I buy the FX30 as my first camera? Fuck yeah, bro. Hell yeah, man. What should I get though? FX30, dude. If you can afford an FX30, get it. What camera do you recommend under $500? Under 500 pounds? What's 500 pounds? 500, is that pounds or euros? That's pounds, right? $672 US dollars. Bro, get the R50. Get the R50 or the R50V. Yeah, I'm always recommended. By the way, on YouTube, I do have a pinned comment for all of the gear that I recommend. And right now, the R50V, bro, this price is stupid, man. I would not get the ZVE10. The ZVE10 too, for sure. But this camera right here is under 600 bucks. This is a great camera. The Sony is twice as expensive, man. But no, I would not get the ZVE10 one. Fuck no. Oh, it's raining over here, guys. What lens do you recommend for the FX? Depends on what you're doing, Giannis. Really depends on what you're doing, broski. Yeah, it depends on what you're doing. Get the ZVE one. That's a good one too. I'm thinking of the ZVE10. ZVE10 2. If you can afford it, something anamorphic. It just depends on what you're doing, Fiend Fins. Damien Cool Boys. By the way, if you guys are brand new over on TikTok and you haven't followed yet, please consider doing so. Also on YouTube, if you guys haven't subscribed, I'd really appreciate a sub over there. I'm going to be focusing, once I hit 10,000 views over on Damien Cool Boys. Thank you so much for the follow, buddy. I appreciate you, man. Once we hit 10,000 views over on TikTok, I'm going to be slowing down on TikTok and focusing all my attention on YouTube. And now that I have vertical and horizontal YouTube going and it looks clean, whoo, it's over. Thoughts on teleconverters? Have you used them? I've never used teleconverters. I do know that you do lose a stop of light though. I think that's how it works. And not all lenses are compatible, zero connection. So that is something that you have to consider. Andrew, you might know this then, bro. Is it a do you lose a stop of light? Like instead of a 2.8, it's a f 3.5 or something? You lose a stop of light, but there, yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that is correct. Yo, you know what I saw was really cool, man? I have a Sony, and they sell Sony E-mount to FD adapter, Canon FD, and I have some. Oh shit, bro! Look at these. These are so cheap, dude. This is a FD to E mount, so I can use my old school, my lenses from like the 1980s, 1970s for my Canon on my Sony. That's the one thing about Sony, man, the lens options and all these like open. I mean, Sony probably doesn't like it, but for 40 bucks, fuck, dude, I might order this. Control copy. Let's see. Let's put this in my, if they have it on Amazon, oh, fuck yeah, dude, look at this. I can get this shit tomorrow. $32.99. I want to buy the KNF Concept one. I like that brand. $33. I can get this overnight. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna get the one that's the top one. You get more reach but lose a stop. That's exactly right. So I'm pro zero connection. I am pro extender. I've never used them personally. I think it's pretty cool. Just be mindful of the loss of the stop of light. Yeah, I can't remember exactly how stops of light work. I think it's 2 marks go is 1 stop, if I remember correctly. So f2.8 to like f3.5 or 3.2, and yeah, something like that. I don't really understand what people say the FX30 crops footage. Can you explain? The FX30 is a crop sensor, so it's just a cropped image. I am a hobbyist, but I wanted to get into paid and willing to drop 4K on camera stuff. I mean, I would do Dynasty 9000 if you're really looking at getting like I'm gonna add this to cart, by the way, so I don't forget. Thanks. Oh shit, I can add that to tomorrow's delivery. Add to tomorrow's delivery. Boom. Order place. Look at that. Easy. I love Amazon, man. Amazon is the fucking shit, dude. Yo, I'm getting that 10mm. The Lao Wow? Or the Lao Wow? That's pretty great. Thoughts on the R6V? I already pre-ordered the R6V. I'm pretty excited about it. Pretty excited about it. There's a coupon code on Venus Lao Wow site. Also, I emailed it and they said no tariff on purchase, so it'll be take off 15%. Nice, bro. I hope that they're not lying to you. I've got you up on big screen looking good, man. Nice, bro. Nice. This is all, by the way, this is all 1080p, 1080/30. Thanks for the info, Andrew. 2x teleconverter is great. Yeah. And they're expensive too. I mean, at least the ones from Canon, but everything from Canon's expensive. So anyways, what I was saying is that for the Sony E-mount, they sell a teleconverter for lenses from like the 1970s, which I have several. And I saw a video of somebody using it, and like the bokeh and like the lenses from the 70s, man. I mean, just old vintage lenses like that are really, really cool. What are you filming this on? YouTube. It depends if you're vertical or horizontal, but I am shooting on a Canon R8 right here for vertical, excuse me, and then for horizontal I'm shooting on a Canon R50, so 2 Canons, but I'm broadcasting 2 different signals, a horizontal and a vertical. I got the 14mm Viltrox. Nice, dude. What do you think of it? 14mm on what camera? Correction, 2x teleconverter on Sony. On a Sony 7200 uses Sony tele, takes 2.8 to 5.6 constant aperture. Oh, so that's a big jump. That's a big jump, but it also takes your 70 to 200 and makes it what, 140 to 400? You're gonna be sniping birds, man. You're going to be sniping government drones at that point, you know? I just got an error on my vertical stream. It says that my stream is not... There's dropped frames though, so everything should be fine. Who knows? Very, very wide. Yeah, are you on a full frame? E3F mush? To my knowledge... yo, you got a drone? I do have 1 drone, but I've only flown it like twice, dude. I've only ever flown it twice. To my knowledge, you multiply by the teleconverter multiplier, so... Oh, I see. Do the math, people, and Google it before you buy. Not all teleconverters are the same. Yeah, for sure. Am I crazy for dropping 4K on camera stuff? If you can afford it, Dynasty. I would never tell anybody to go into like crazy amounts of debt for cameras, but if you can afford it, yeah, if you can afford it, do it, dude. Yeah, using a Sony A7R5. Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, 14 millimeters on a full frame is wild. Wish I could have a drone for my birthday. Buy one or ask for one. Opinions on the Sony Nex 5T for beginner videography. I have no idea what you'd be able to do on the Nex 5. I have a Nikon AF Nikkor 50mm from the 80s, and I have used it on my R50. Not bad at all. Nice, bro. Yeah, you get kind of a cool look, right? They always say the lens has character. A friend of mine bought the Canon R50. She said ChatGPT suggested it to her. Yeah. Yeah, ChatGPT is kind of weird, man. Now that there's gonna be like indexing for ChatGPT, it's gonna be like an ads and stuff. Because we started exploring at the law firm, we started exploring how to best show up in ChatGPT or AI responses for the law firm. And they have a consultant that got hired so that they could figure all that stuff out. And we do show up. It's just being able to show up. Because ChatGPT will give you links, phone numbers that are all clickable. So it's you know, searching on AI is going to be really, if you can get on that train sooner than later, your business is going to be doing a lot better than everybody else's. It's just an opportunity, you know? Just an opportunity. What do you think about the Sony ZV-E10? I like the Sony ZV-E10 too, bro. Very, very nice. I have the all white one. Check this out, dude. I have the white Joan. She's nice, dude. She's small. The cage is helpful. Gives you a nice grip. I got a futsal match tomorrow. A futsal? What's a futsal? Football? And I'm a designated futsal. Nice, bro. It's my time to shine. Hell yeah, man. How do you take photos off your SD card? How do you take photos off your SD card? I plug my SD card into my SD card reader that hooks up to a USB-C. I definitely don't use Wi-Fi. I have PGY Tech was hooking me up earlier this year, and they sent me a bunch of these card readers. These are fucking great. These are excellent. They're excellent because they have, it's like a storage, and the best thing about them is that they're watertight. But the second best thing about them is that they have read and write speeds that are super duper fast. And they sell these in different sizes for different SD cards and stuff. I have all this stuff linked in my bio if you guys are interested. Feel free to check it out. Let's see. SD cards, I think, right here. Boom. Giving Hawk, what's up, man? How are you? Ended up at ISO 20,000. Jesus. Live music lighting is not for the weak. No, for sure, dude. You know what I'm always worried about live music, bro, is lasers. I've seen so many instances where lasers burn the sensors. Futsal is basically football, but on hardwood or turf. Hardwood? Jeez, that sounds awful, dude. Okay, so next time I need to make a note for myself. I need to make a note for myself. The note needs to say, first I need to blow my nose. It says, please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds. 523. Frequency of 4 seconds or less. Okay. For YouTube vert. So I need to figure that out. Live music, lighting is not for the weak. Why did Canon put the HDMI and stuff on the right side? Yeah, that's a problem, dude. That's a major problem, because those cameras aren't meant to be used as video cameras. They're not designated. They take great video, but they're not designated as like purely video cameras. The R50V, which is a cheaper camera, you'll notice that it is on the proper side, the correct side, I guess, if you will. Yeah, it's an issue, dude. I'm making a YouTube video about the R100. You guys might have seen me doing that yesterday. They put all the connections on the proper side, but why they did it is because it's not meant to be a video camera. The R50. Don't even get me started. I believe the venue doesn't allow crowd scanning though, aka no lasers at eye level, or at least I hope they don't. Yeah, dude, that would be a concern for me, man. Is like, because you have to point your camera at the stage, right? So like, it would definitely be an issue. I'm fairly sure that something just moved. I'm fairly sure that when they do have lasers, it's supplied by the performers DJ themselves rather than the venue. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just dangerous. It's not dangerous, but like, you can fry your sensor. You'll have little spots on it, you know? What editing software do you use? I use all Adobe products. Let me take a screenshot. Whoops. Windows Shift S is now opens Adobe Express Photos by default. Revert. I don't like that. That's what accidental damage insurance is for. At least I hope it's covered. It should be. Don't take my word for it though. It should be covered though. Go to OBS settings, streaming. So let me see. Settings here probably, right? And then vertical canvas. Keyframe vertical. This says 0 seconds though. What does it need to be? Looks like it's fine now. No, it's set properly. Keyframe interval 0 seconds. Preset. I don't mean to debug here in real time, but we'll figure this out. I've ended up being paid in free food by that venue now. Okay, cool. I mean, you know, free food is free food, and you also get to build a portfolio there. So there's a couple good reasons to be to shoot. But once you do that a couple times and you have enough for your portfolio, I'd stop doing it for free, you know? Unless you're really trying to build a good relationship for them, like a good rapport. But you got to get paid eventually. Have you created a video on lens or camera sensor cleaning? I've personally only used air blowers on my air, afraid to damage it. You have to use a special kit. I buy kits from Amazon. I don't think I have any of these linked, but they have sensor swabs that come with a solution. And they have one for APS-C, full frame, for every type of sensor. So you just got to get the right kind. I actually should probably link this. What category should I put that in? Let's see. Camera, sensor. But no, I haven't made a video on it. Maybe I should. Sensor swabs. But yeah, there's like a whole cleaning solution, something like this. And they sell different sizes. So they sell like the 16 millimeter, which I think is it should be the size of the sensor. Oh, this is the exact one that I have. Damn, these are expensive. Yeah, here we go. So I'll link this right here. What category should this be linked under, guys? Should it be under my lenses, media storage, mics, cleaning kits? Lens filters and accessories, maybe? We'll do lens filters and accessories. Add to list. Lens filters and accessories. KNF, my beloved. I like KNF a lot too. Thanks, Vic. I have a crop sensor, not full frame. Specifically Canon. Yeah, so right here, zero connection. These are different sizes. So 33 millimeter, 20 millimeter, 24 millimeter. You just have to make sure which one is your size sensor. And then you just follow the instructions very, very carefully. The one that I have is for full frame. So mine is full frame and mine is 24 millimeter. So I have this one. Type 3 is what it says. I got mine at the camera store though. Hey brother, what's up, buddy? How are you? How are you? If I missed your chat, I'm sorry. Hey brother, I'd like to say thank you. The R50V content you put out. You're welcome, man. R50V is one of my most recommended cameras, man. So I appreciate you saying that. BJ Boostedage. Yeah, you got it, man. Films by Monish. What's up, buddy? How are you? What's up, bro? How come this time today? I slept in. Last night I was working on a YouTube video, and I couldn't sleep afterwards. I didn't fall asleep till like 2 a.m. my time. So I slept in till like 10 a.m. my time today. Ali, the AV geek, thank you so much for the piano. What is that? The freestyle, the goat. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I can't wait to shell out my life savings for a single full frame lens now. That's crazy, man. Yeah, the 10 to 20 EFS on a full frame. Yeah, the thing is you just don't use all of your sensor, you know? Like if I buy a full frame camera, I want to use 99.9% of that sensor, you know? Yeah, I want to use the entirety of that sensor. But they still work, you know? You can punch in your camera, put it in crop mode, and now you don't see the vignetting on the side, so that's also an option. YouTube is doing well. Good morning, YouTube. YouTube, vertical and horizontal. I'm pumped about that, dude. I am pumped about that. Anything for an extra stop of light? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Giving Hawk, remind me what camera you have, man. I always forget. I talk about cameras so much and I see so many different people that I always forget exactly who has what. Giga Colorscapes. What's up, man? How are you? Was wondering about stopping down aperture for select video. Have you figured out sweet spot on RF lenses? Not really. I always go to f2.8 for video, f4 for video, right around there. That's kind of what I do. But I prefer f2.8, you know. It's an R6 and R7. R7 wouldn't cope last night. Pinned at 51K, so I swapped to the R6. Yeah, the R6 Mark 1, dude, has really nice low light. The R6 Mark 1 has really nice low light. I think it has better low light, if I remember it correctly, better than the Mark 2 and the Mark 3. Because it has that 20 megapixel sensor, you know? Films by Monish. Can you suggest a good Canon lens that compares to the Tamron 20 to 40 f2.8? I really can't find anything like that in Canon. They have a 28 to 70 f2.8 for the Canon RF. Are you on Films by Monish? Are you on full frame or are you on crop sensor? The one problem I have is with the Mark 1 is that it's 8 MP in crop mode. Yeah, dude, you need a full frame. You need a full, get yourself something cheap, dude, like a 16 millimeter. The RF 16 millimeter, that lens is like $200-300, dude, and it's nice and wide. That's what I would do. If you're looking for something cheap, you know, or like the 24 millimeter 35. I love the STM lenses. The STM lenses are all really, really nice, man. I own a lot of the STM lenses. Like this 16 millimeter here, right here. This thing is fucking nice, bro. It's an f2.8, super cheap, you know, no big deal. This 24, this 35, these are all fantastic lenses, dude. Also, check this one out, man. The 45, this is an f1.2, bro. This lens is nutty, man. Films by Monish. I was about to get the A7C2. And you asked me to wait for the R6V. Yeah, I mean it's coming out next month. Something you think about, you know. But Sony does have more lens options, man. That's the one difference that I'll give to Sony, is that they do have more lens options. Not better lenses, just more of them. They just have more lens options. Wow, this shit's nuts, dude. Anna says, I'm using a Fujifilm X-T3. Nice. Nice. That's a nice kit, Anna. What do you like? What do you think about the 70 to 300 millimeter? I've got a 50 millimeter f1.8. I'm going to get the 16 to 35. Yeah. Yeah, for sure, dude. Also, man, if you're thinking about going the EF route, bro, you have tons of options in the EF. You know, Sigma has a lot of EF glass. Tamron has a lot of EF glass. Just get that adapter. So like that's the one thing that I hear people complain about Canon is that they don't have a lot of lenses. They still use the EF mount for a lot of R mounts. So just need to get the adapter, you know? I don't want to buy multiple lenses. That's the problem. I want a travel setup. That's why I was opting for the A7C II with a Tamron 20 to 40. I think I remember loosely films by Monish. You wanted to do travel videos, right? Travel videos, not travel photos. Yeah, travel videos, exactly. Yeah, so I mean, take a look at Sigma, Tamron, like EF glass. There's plenty, dude. I gave away I had one EF glass. It was an EFS glass, and I gave it away to a family member. So I don't have any EF glass, but I am thinking of buying some EF glass for sports, a 100 to 400L. I just got to save up some gold coins. I love it, but the autofocus using the Fuji X-T3 can be hard. That's, you know, Anna, that's the one thing that I hear about Fuji's is that the autofocus isn't like the best of the best of the best with honors, sir. So no one makes an 8 to 15 millimeter. Shaking my head, at least not for under $400. There's a 10 to 18 Sigma. That's a really nice lens too. I was using it last night for a overhead shot. What's the oldest lens you have? I have lenses, some FD lenses from Canon from the 1970s. 1970s, 1980s. All right, I'll check out some EF glass with an adapter. Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure. So right now I'm no 10 to 18 for full frame on MPB. No, it's a crop sensor lens. It's a crop lens. It's an RF lens. From watching your videos and others, my first two lenses for the R50V I'm waiting to come in are the Sigma to 16. That's nice, dude. I've never used the 16 to 300, but I have seen some pretty decent results. You're gonna love the 17 to 40. That's a monster lens. The UK used camera market is terrible. Is it? I'm waiting for the Sony R5 to go on sale to upgrade to that. I think it is on sale. It's not going to drop any further than what it is though. It's already on a pretty major sale because the let's see, A7 Sony A7R5. It used to be cheaper, I think. Because this used to be $900 off. You see this right here, save 500. This used to be 900, save $900 off. So whenever the new one comes out, be on the lookout for sale. So right now it's 500 bucks off, but I have seen it for $900 off. $900 off, almost $1,000 off is crazy good, dude. 61 megapixels? Are you fucking kidding me? Shit. Yeah, so it's on sale now. Wait for Monday, which is Memorial Day. There you go. Yeah, see? Yeah, so Monday is Memorial Day. There's going to be a good amount of sales coming through. Oh, you know what you guys need to fucking buy and get in your carts and don't be making any excuses? SD cards. SD cards, because I can't be hearing from you guys, oh, memory cards are so expensive. This is the opportunity to pick a couple up, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. SD cards, SSDs, like if they drop 10, 15, 20, 30%, pick one up, man. People keep saying, oh, the AI bubble's gonna pop. That shit's not popping, bro. It's gonna be 2028, 2029, and people are gonna be like, it'll pop. It's gonna pop. That 512 card. The problem with it, bro, you gotta be careful. The problem with that card, I saw it too, is that it's a V30. So this shit does you no fucking good, dude. The V6, you need at least a V60 at least. This is from the other YouTube stream. I figured the 17 to 40 would be the workhorse. Yeah, exactly right, bro. The 17 to 40 is never going to come off your camera, man. Surprised how the A7C2 tracked with color rendition, a little resolve, sweet, but the R6V is something else. Yeah, it should be good, man. It should be good. How about the Lumix S5 IIX? The S5 IIX is gonna be is a great camera, dude. It's perfect. It's almost perfect, man. If it had an internal fan, active cooling, that would be something else. Yeah, highly recommend for live streaming. Fine for me. I run V30s on everything, but my main card on my R7, the buffer on the R6 is too big. Never need to stop. It's more about for video. I concern myself. The photos, the V60 is good enough for me. And when I need faster video speeds, I have cameras that have what's it called? CF Express type B cards. But I do the I'm pretty sure it does. It does not. The Lumix S5 IIX does not have active cooling. There's no vents on this thing. I've held this camera in my hand. By the way, if you guys don't do this, or you and you have a camera store available to you nearby, you guys should really go to these places, man, and like hold these cameras in your hands. Hold them, play around with them, press the button, see what they feel like. Yeah, so this camera does not have active cooling. This is a crazy deal though. Like this is $1,900, less than $2,000 for this monster camera. This is fantastic, dude. I hope the A7C R2 has dual card slots where they stack it so you can put CF Express and SD cards simultaneously. I thought on the dual SD card slots for Sony's that it was one or the other, not both. Yeah, Rufus, this is a monster camera though. This is a monster camera, so don't let me deter you from buying. I'd buy this camera. Yeah. $2,000, dude. If I had unlimited money, I would have bought one already. My hesitation with buying new camera systems or new ecosystems is really the lenses. Like, fuck, do I really need to buy all my lenses all over again? You know what I mean? For these kind of cameras, though, I'd probably buy and save up like a 24 to 70, like the most versatile lens that I can think of for both photo and video. And then I just kind of rock with it. Andrew, some analytics here for you, bro. So I've been live for about an hour or so. YouTube horizontal, I have 5 concurrent viewers, 39 total views, 41. So it just jumped up right now. But on vertical, same amount of time, YouTube vertical, I have 3 concurrent viewers right now, but I've had 114 people stop in. Crazy numbers, dude. I almost went Sony for the low light. Yeah, dude. I mean, it just giving Hawk. I mean, you're in like concert venues and that, like, that's the kind of work that you like to do, right? So it should matter to you the specs of the camera, right? What I find often is people that when they're deciding what camera that they should buy, what they do is that they have no idea what they're going to be shooting just yet, and they're making decisions off of no data. You know, no idea what it is that they're going to be doing. But the Sony low light is pretty. The autofocus on Sony is pretty great, you know, but everybody else is caught up except with Fuji. Fuji's autofocus is still a little sus. Yeah, exactly. And then like the lens problems, those are the issues, man, because lenses are super expensive. So like people that are brand new to cameras and like really have no, like, they're still like innocent. I'll say it like this, like they have no idea how expensive the world that they're about to enter actually is. To those people, I always recommend them Sonys because of the availability of cheaper, not better, cheaper lenses. What about the Sony ZV-E10 Mark II for a first time buy? I'm going to try and shoot a doco. Nice, bro. I own the Sony ZV-E Mark II. I bought it in Arctic White. Check this out. I disconnected my camera, my overhead camera, but I have these white lenses as well. These are from Suray. If I can get this in focus. Focus. There it is. Yeah, the white on white look really clean on this camera. If you're gonna film an entire documentary on it, you're probably gonna want to get a fan, because that motherfucker's gonna overheat on you. But Sony ZV-E10 II, solid, bro. It's expensive. I've been talking about the Sony a lot. I'll just leave it there for now. Thanks for the question, RVWWC. If you guys are brand new here over on YouTube and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. Trying to get to 5,000 subs over there. Let's see, by June. Is that possible? Can I do that? I don't think it's possible. We'll try though. I've got tons of data for lens decisions. I've got stats on, there you go. Do you recommend any cheap lenses? The Sigma lenses are nice. These Suray lenses are pretty expensive. I mean, pretty inexpensive, excuse me. I have them, Giving Hawk. Oh, who is that? RVWWC. I have a pinned comment with all my gear list here. And for Sony, I have these Suray lenses down here. I own all of them. You can buy them as an entire kit, which is what I did. So 5 lenses for $1,300, or you can buy them piecemeal. Also, they come in different colors, so you can get them in black, silver, and I chose the white. But you can buy them individually, and individually they are $300, $400. Pretty inexpensive. My favorite ones that I've bought is the, ooh, look at this, the 16 millimeters more expensive. The 16 millimeter is great. I love the 23 millimeter. If you're doing a documentary, you might want a zoom lens. And if you want something, an expensive zoom lens, I would check out this one, the Sigma 18 to 50 for the E mount. $600. This is a pretty great lens for that camera. Just depends on what you're thinking of, but yeah. So I have a RVWWC. The pinned comment on this chat is a link to my Amazon storefront. Feel free to check it out and ask me any questions. I own all this gear, by the way. 99% of this gear. I really wish people would stop looking at the A7 III. The camera's faulty. There are genuine manufactured defects. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you got a bad batch. Maybe you got one of the bad batches. Send my camera in 3 or 4 times. That's a lot. One enter anything nowadays. Yeah, dude, it is. In 2026, you should not be buying. How much is the A7 III, by the way? Let's see. Sony A7 III. The reason why I'm asking is because I want to know what we should be recommending people instead. So you can buy a used one for $1,000. What's another full frame camera that's $1,000 that has similar specs? How much is a Lumix? How much is a Lumix S5 II? Oh, dude, buy this. Fucking hell, dude. $1,400? Shit. Yeah. In the Sony lineup, they probably don't have anything, do they? For $1,000. Not that's full frame, at least, right? Yeah. You're right. You're right, Andrew. As usual, bro. As usual. But you know, so let's think of it this way though. In the Sony lineup, what else is comparable to this? How much is the Sony Alpha 4 used? Is it about the same as the Lumix? It all comes down to just save a little bit more cash, man. Just save a little bit more cash. Oh, this is more expensive. Look. A7 IV is $900 more, so that's a lot more money. Yeah, the camera world is expensive, but for me spending 5 years with the G7X Mark II, finding out who I'm and 60/40 shooter, the R50V makes it does, bro. It does. Yeah, it absolutely does, man. I'd say the R6 is closest. Yeah, but see, here's the thing though, Giving Hawk, like no Sony A7 III shooter is going to look at a Canon, you know, because they've been brainwashed, unfortunately. It's not their fault. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I'd buy this 1,000,000 times over, dude. 1,000,000 times over. But truthfully, I would still, at $1,400, I would probably still be looking at the Lumix S5 II. Yeah, this is a significantly better camera. Significantly. Question. So I have been doing social media for my company. Kind of got volunteered. That sounds about right. Sounds about right. Sony admitted the A7 III had manufactured defects. They put it out on an announcement. My mic jack was faulty one. Can't remember what else. Probably some software stuff. How often does Sony deploy software? Want to step up my game for video pictures? What would you suggest for video and picture? What's your budget, Badman86, and what kind of content? That's a great question, man. I'd love to help you out. Sony is the Apple of the camera. Sony is the Apple of the camera world, man. It is. just shitting all over their consumers. Don't say that too loud because Andrew might get upset. I'm just kidding, Andrew. I'm just kidding. Good morning, YouTube world. How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Over Nikon? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Get your orange and teal ready. I'm looking for a hybrid camera south of $3,000. What are you thinking? Preferably Sony. The A7 IV, dude. Yeah, A7 V, easy. That's an easy one. Sony, if you're thinking if you're thinking Sony, dude, this is it. No ways, bro. Yes ways, bro. They are the Apple of the camera world. That is true. They became that way when they held off from That is true. I think they're coming around though, Andrew. I think they're coming around. I mean, they knocked it out of the park with the A7 R5 or A7 R6. They knocked it out of the park with that. That isn't a very consumer friendly camera though. Like that's a professional. That's a different tier of photographer that's buying that camera, you know? No one is mentioning Canon. Canon is the best, dude. Canon is number one. They want to do videos on the range. I work for a Pew Pew store. I do about 30-second product advertisement. Oh, cool. Well, what's your budget, bad man? Yeah, what's your budget? If you could narrow it down to like Sony, Canon, have you used cameras before? What's the social media? Can we look at it? And like what, I guess here's what you can answer for me if you don't want to give me your social media for the Pew Pew store. What is a Pew Pew store social media that you want to replicate? $2,000. That's a solid budget. What's the difference between the regular A5 versus the R5? For the Sony, the A7R series is R stands for resolution. Those cameras have much higher megapixels. This one right here has 33 megapixels. This is the A7 V. The A7R5 has 61 megapixels. $2,000, bad man. If you go to my link in bio, if you're on TikTok, you can just hit my little profile page. I have a link in bio there, and that'll take you to my Amazon storefront where I have all of the cameras that I recommend that I personally own. And here there's a bunch of different options. If you're thinking of like photo video hybrid, I would probably look at a Canon R6 Mark II. Excuse me. If you want super high end, that's about $2,000. I got it listed right here. This is really, really nice. You do have to buy a lens, so that'll put you over 2,000. But if you buy this for your Pew Pew shop, this will probably be the last camera that they ever buy. For that purpose, it'll be great for photos, great for videos, practically great for everything. If you want to include the lens and camera, I would probably recommend something like the Canon R8, which is down here. And if you want Sony, I have a list of Sonys that I could also. This one right here is $1,500. And then you have some cash left over so you can buy yourself a little lens. This is a great video and photo. But for a professional setting, the thing is, like, is it only going to be you handling the camera? Because if there's a lot of people handling the camera, then that's something that I tell people. Like, I've recommended camera gear to shops and stuff, And like the person that's handling the social media might not be there for very long. Not for any reason, but people move on, right? So then somebody else is handling the camera. And then, or the owner handles the camera, and then the cashier handles the camera, or it's like, hey, can I borrow the camera for this? And when you have multiple people handling a camera that isn't meant to be like handled professional, like in a commercial setting, shit breaks because people don't know how to use it. So that's why I tell people, like, if you're in a commercial setting, probably spend a little bit extra and buy something a little bit more rugged, that's weather sealed, that can take a little bit more of a beating. You know what I mean? Our company is called Ammo Brothers. Corporate said to do professional pics and videos for the main page. Yeah. So I would do the R8. If you're the guy that's handling it, are you the... it's a corporate, you said, right? Gavin, 3K budget, lens and body combined. Going to do brand shoots in automotive. What should I get? Probably the Canon R6 or the A7 IV. Canon R6 Mark II. Or the A7 IV from Sony. Man, also this Lumix, man. I'm looking at this Lumix, and these Lumixes are really nice, dude. The Lumix S5 2X. These are really special cameras, man. Like, I like these a lot. Yeah, these are also really impressive, man. This is a good deal too. But for the store side, we want to do more like office segments. Yeah, like what would you call it? Like what are they called? Not improv. Like funnier stuff. What is that called? Role playing. What's the difference between the V60 and V90s? It's the read and write speed, Anna. Yep, that's what I'm getting. Like the show, the office. Yeah, skits. Yeah, you want to do more skits. Yeah, so you need something good with video. Like I said, check out the stuff that I have in my link in bio that leads you to my storefront. These are all great cameras that I personally own. This is a good option for you to explore too, though. The Lumix, dude, this right here. I just don't recommend it like wholeheartedly, like with full confidence, because I've never used this in a professional setting. But I can tell you that it's a great camera. But I can recommend these with a lot more conviction because I've personally owned them. I was probably going to go with the A7 IV and the Sigma Gen 2, but I wanted some input. I use a T5. The Gavin, that's a great setup, bro. The A7 IV, hell yeah. And the Gen 2 art lens, fuck yeah, dude. Is that close to your budget? 3K? If you guys are brand new here over on YouTube, TikTok, or YouTube Vertical, and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. Really helps me out. Trying to get to 5,000 followers. And I could use your help to get there. Can I look up the 70 to 200 compatible for the... If it's a Sony E-mount lens, it's compatible with the Sony A4 and 5. Thank you so much. You got it, bad man. What was the name of that store, man? I want to check it out, actually. I want to see what you guys currently have. Ammo Brothers. Let's see. I see it right here. Ammo Brothers. Oh, cool. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Do you know on YouTube, do you need to take photos of all this shit? Or just like different kinds of photos for... Like, do you need to take product photos? That would be sick, bro. Let me check out. These are probably from the manufacturer, these photos here. If I have to assume. Let's go to your Instagram. So this is you right here? Oh, shit, bro. Nice. Oh, this guy looks familiar, man. He looks like my cousin. Yeah, it looks like you're using cell phones right here. Your lines are a little crooked. SWVA shop, what's up, buddy? Good morning, man. How's the weather over there? Over here, it's raining. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, bro, you're gonna kill it with any of those cameras. The R8 would be great. Again, just keep in mind how many people are gonna be handling it. Your footage is cool though, man, already. So if you want to level up your stuff and make it look a little bit more like crispier, that's where you'll find the differences of the Sony versus the these are cool. Bro, if you do these videos, man, with like an action camera or a POV camera, you're gonna sell so many fucking pews, bro. I'd be pumped if I was you, dude. Yeah, shit like this, these photos would look crispy as fuck, man. Yeah, you got tons of options, man. Tons and tons of options. Cool site, bro. Cool site, man. Yeah, very cool site. There was a camera that was so good it got discontinued, I hear, because of the government. Do you know? The DJI probably. Lumix is for people on a budget? I don't think so, dude. I think Lumix is punching above their weight class, dude. Yeah, it'd be about 3.2K. Yeah, you'd be close. Josh, what's up, Josh? Yes, they are. What's up? Yes, that's me. Yeah, cool site, bro. Ammo Brothers, very cool. I have a Canon T6, but I have a lot of EF lenses that are meant for full frame. Should I get a Canon 5D Mark II? I don't know if you should. I don't know what you should do. The camera that you're currently using, I want. This is a Sony. I'm using actually, Badman. This is a Canon R8 right here that you're watching. Actually, where are you watching me on? TikTok? Yeah, this is a Canon R8 right here. And then up here I have a Canon R50, but I own, you know, a lot of Canon cameras. They all kind of look like this. They all look great. The Sony does too, though. You know, not gonna lie, this Sony right here, this ZV-E10 II, this is like a content creator machine right here. Really, really nice. Raining like crazy. Yeah, we got hit with a crazy windstorm the other night, like knocked down a button, like flash flooding. Thank you so much. I really work hard on it. Yeah, dude, it looks great, man. Just keep making stuff. No Nikon fans here. I don't think there's Nikon fans anywhere, Anna. I think you might be the only one. This is great. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, this is an R8 with a 24mm, but also, bad man, like I have a lot of experience with cameras, lighting, audio, so like there's a whole bunch that goes into it. It took me about 7 to 6 years, 6, 7 to learn all of this shit to put it together to make it look like a decent image. But it starts with the sensor, in the camera and all of that as well. Yeah, this lens right here, the R8. Here's the exact combination that I have. I'll show you. I have what I'm using right now on TikTok is the Canon R8. Again, not the best camera in the world, but pretty decent. So this puts you at $1,500 right here. It shoots 4K 60, no crop, one single 24. Beautiful fucking sensor, dude. One of the best sensors out there. Really, really nice low light. And then the camera, or the lens, excuse me, is a 24mm, which is this one right here. And I think that's about $500. This guy, 600. So what did I say? So 14, we'll call this 15 plus 600. So you're a little over your $2,000 budget. Again, you can check out these links linked in my bio. The way that you get to it is just go to my profile page on TikTok. And I should have a link in bio. That link in bio leads you to this. And then there's a little Amazon logo right here. So my homepage, link, little Amazon, and this takes you to my storefront here. What do you mainly take pictures of? For fun, I mean, you guys are welcome to check out in my link in bio, my Instagram. Lately, I've been taking pictures of police officers. I took some pictures of some police officers the other day. I also took some pictures of some skateboarders that came out pretty cool. This guy right here. This is just for fun though, but for my paid work, I do a lot of product photography, creative work, you know, just whatever I find, whatever pays the bills. Best hybrid camera 2026, A7, I'm sorry, the A7 IV and the R6 Mark III. Awesome, thank you. So you're welcome, bro. Let me know what you decide, man. Your stuff looks pretty cool. Do you guys have a YouTube channel? You guys need to get a YouTube channel. I didn't see on your links that you had a YouTube channel, but you should definitely have one. Where was it? Did I lose you guys already? I think I did. Let me close out some of these windows. Fuck. Yeah, you guys should definitely start a YouTube channel. I think I saw only Facebook and Instagram on there. All right, so I do have a to-do list to do today. The next thing was, figure out how to combine chat. Combine chat in YT, vert, and horizontal. So if Caster Labs can't do it, then I need to find another one. But I've really liked, well, I haven't really loved Caster Labs, but it's been good enough. Question for audio: what will be the easiest way to set up a 2-mic setup for the R50V? The DJI mics are great, man. That's what I use. What kind of mics are you thinking about using? The DJI mics, the Rode mics, those all have zero connection. Thanks for stopping in, bro. Yeah, man, I'll be back. Also, I'm going to be dropping some new YouTube videos this weekend, so keep an eye out for that. I rigged out the Canon R100. So I'm making a couple R100 videos, editing them, and then posting. So be on the lookout for those, man. Really appreciate your guys' support. Hey, David, what's up, man? I'm on vertical, bro. What you doing up? It's awesome that you guys are finding me on YouTube vertical. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, dude. That's really cool. Let's go to settings over here. What is this? Stream. Output video. General. Snap sensitivity. Oh shit, there's two of these. Whoopsie. Oh, I missed a comment here. Cal Kydra, sorry about that. What are your thoughts in switching from FX30 to the new R6V? Ooh, that's a big issue. I would, you know what? I would probably wait to see if an FX30 Mark II comes out or an FX3 Mark II comes out. The R6V is tempting though, man. Not gonna lie, it is pretty tempting. Apologies for missing your question, by the way. Cal Kydra. I was thinking about Rode boomed overhead for a group of 4 to 6 people on the couch. Those kind of mics are a little are you talking about the directional mics? I would lav people, as many people as you can. Booming them up though, you need like two or three. And you need to like point them at like 3 people and point it at the person in the center. But just one boomed mic, somebody's going to be left out. Also, I would invest in being able to finding out how you can monitor the audio so that you know, because mics, the way that they sound is the best is like this, as close to your mouth as possible. Yeah, that's a problem to solve, man. That's a pretty good problem to solve. And you know, truthfully, BJ boosted EJ. Solving those kind of problems is fun, man. Is kind of fun figuring out the solution. You know, they do sell the DJI Mic 3s, if I remember correctly. They do sell them in packs of 4. The Hollyland, I think, can connect up to 4 as well, if I remember. Yeah, so this one right here, check this one out, dude. This one has 4. This is a kit of 4. Combo, 4 transmitters, 2 receivers. This is a combo 4-person, $359. Oops, can't see it. This one right here. Brother. What do you think of the FX2? FX2 is kind of cool. I'm trying to wait for a free 85mm lens with the purchase of the Lumix. I would wait for that too, man. Also, I think the Rhodes can pair up to 4 mics as well, right? I know that the DJI Mic 3s can also do it, but I just don't remember what you have to do. You have to buy them separately, probably. Oh, Jesus Christ. Truthfully, I'm thinking that this might be what I would be going for, man. The 4-person transmitter kit. This would be pretty legit. And I think your camera would have to have 4 camera channels, right? 4 audio channels. I think they might have who was it? Zero Connection or Dynasty 9000. I think they might have the a free like gift with the purchase of one. XM5 for photography? Do it, bro. Fuji's nice for photos. Do it. Gerald, you're not going to be disappointed, dude. Since you already have RF lenses, man, the 50V is... The 50V, man, is my most recommended camera, dude. And for the price of it, bro, this is... It's under 600 bucks. This shit's nothing, dude. Get yourself... I have tons of... I have 2 of these cameras and tons of lenses for it. It's a great BTS camera, but also, I mean, what kind of stuff are you trying to create, Gerald, you know? Yeah. Your R6 is great for video, though. I would say if you're thinking of the R50V, I would say just buy it just because it's so inexpensive. It's like a no-brainer, you know? For me, anything under $600, $700 is like, I'm buying it, you know? Because I can put those cameras to work, you know? Fuji XM5 or the Sony or other. If you're looking at a Fuji, I'd recommend the Fuji for sure. Is the XM5 the latest Fuji that's out? Fuji XM5, let's find out. Or do they have a new one? I don't know yet. Right now, I'm in the sports space, but I'm not sure what I want to focus on. Yeah. Yeah, and like I get that, you know, so that's why I kind of consider, you know, I shouldn't say this so cavalier. But to me, 600 bucks is kind of an afterthought. But I'm also in this space, you know, and I also have a really good idea of what it is that I want to film and what I do creatively, that I've already defined that for myself. And these cameras right here, they're such a no-brainer, you know, like at 600 bucks is like such a no-brainer to me. Good looking out on the mic advice. Me and friends are planning on doing a podcast. Yeah, for sure, bro. I mean, have you looked at a Rodecaster? The Rodecasters are really nice. But you'd have to get like mics like these, dude. If you're thinking about doing a serious podcast with like great sounding audio, Rodecaster is the way to go. You can find them pretty inexpensively too, used. So you get something like this, like a Rodecaster, with 4 channels. This one's brand new. I think this one is the Duo, so you need 4, right? Yeah, so you need something like this. Rodecaster Pro, crazy. And then you can have 4 audio channels. This is an investment, though. I just purchased this one, Canon EOS R6 50V. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Game trunks. The R50V is sick, man. You're going to love it. Yeah, but if you want something quick and dirty, also, does your camera have 4 audio inputs? That's what I'd be more concerned about, is finding out if I need to have more audio channels on my camera for it to work. And the Hollyland ones have a really nice, the Hollylands are nice, dude. Yeah, I really just got started with this in March, so I'm trying to find my lane. Yeah, I get it, man. It's gonna take you a while too. It's gonna take you a while, but if you're looking for a cosigner on the R50V, you've got my stamp of approval, buddy. Can't I pair it with the DJI Mic Mini? You can use it with the Mic Minis, yeah. I'm waiting on the R50V to arrive. Oh, you have the R50V? Yeah, the R50V does have 4 channels, I think. Fuck. I forgot. Where is it? Let's find out. My R50Vs, I have 2 of these cameras. It does have, I think it does have 4. Let's just go to Canon USA. I can't remember off the top of my head. And you're going to be using this camera for 4 people on camera? A lot. Did you only get 1 camera or are you getting 2? New firmware. Oh yeah, new firmware is here. I don't think this is the firmware that I wanted though. Specifications. Where is it? Audio. Recording system? No. I think it does. I think it does too. The R50V has most video settings, but it takes great pics. Yep. Just 1 cam. Yeah, you're gonna need a nice wide lens because in my opinion, the R50V and the R6V that are coming out, those 2 are gonna be like some monster podcasting cameras. And what I'm trying to look for right now is anything that has to do with audio. Do you use full frame lenses on your R50? I do, yeah. How much does the quality degrade, if any? No, it doesn't degrade the quality. You just don't use the full optics of the full frame lens. Did I ever show you a little visual representation of that, Gerald? I'm not sure if you've been in and out on my stuff here for a while, but I have a little diagram here for people that are like to visualize it a little bit better. I'll show you here. So like, for example, can you see this all right? For example, this right here, imagine this square right here. This is the back element of a full frame lens. And this is the back element of a crop sensor lens, right? So you have a full frame camera right here with a full frame sensor. And then you have an APS-C sensor right here. Can you see that? This is what's going to happen if you use a full frame sensor with a full frame lens, the full frame lens covers the entirety of the sensor. Okay. If you use a crop sensor lens on a full frame sensor, you're going to be losing out on a good portion of the sensor, right? So you're not going to be maximizing the full sensor. What happens when you use a full frame lens on an APS-C sensor is that you're not going to be using the full optics of the back element of the lens. Does that make sense? So your lens should be a little bit more punched in. David, thanks for hanging out, David. Was that a good visualization, Gerald, my brother? Makes perfect sense. Yeah, perfect. So that's what you'll be missing out. That's why when people tell me like, or when they're considering like, hey, can I just use a my crop sensor or my crop sensor on a full frame? I'm like, bro, I paid so much money for my full frame sensor that I want to use 100% of it. You know what I mean? So that's what if you use a crop lens on a crop sensor, so imagine your entire sensor, let's say on your R6 Mark III, is 33 megapixels. If you use a crop sensor lens, now your sensor, you're only using like we'll say 20 megapixels out of the 33 that you bought. So some people are cool with that though. You know, some people are all right with that. Hey bro, do you think of the 70-2? I like the f4s on full frame cameras, but the 7200 f4 is nice. I saw it was pretty affordable too. But to answer your question, Gerald, I use full frame lenses on my R6V all the time. Great presentation. Thanks, Vic. Yeah, I mocked up a couple of these other things here, Gerald, too, so that people can like kind of visualize it a little bit better. You know, these are all supposed to represent sensors and photo sites right here. I spent a little time working on all this shit just so people can like visualize it a little bit, you know? It'll be on the Canon R10. That'd be a pretty decent combo. My concern with the f4, man, is like the loss of light on a crop sensor lens. So it's like even less light, you know? Gametronics, question. What's your question, bro? Did I miss it? If I missed your question, my bad, guys, my bad. You're definitely gonna clip this, right? Clip what? I'm not even recording right now. I might clip it. I mean, this is a VOD, so it does live on. Oh shit, now I'm gonna have 2 VODs pop up. That's cool. That's gonna be better. Oh man, I'm really proud of myself right now, guys. Really, really proud of myself. I might clip that. Yeah, that might be a good clip for sure. The problem with TikTok is that TikTok does do a VOD, but it lives in like the cloud, and the files for that, it drops it down to like 420p, 480p or whatever it is, and it's really shitty, or 4060, whatever it is. But now the VOD will live on YouTube at 1080p, so I'll be able to yank that and then put it into my AI clipper, and I'll be able to, yes. Thanks for the little note, Andrew. I appreciate you, broski. I thought I told you that this was an alternative to doing multi-stream vertical horizontal when you were on Clubhouse. I'll be honest with you, my issue is that my computer can't handle doing this with TikToks as well. Yeah, I mean, for real though, I stopped using Twitch and Kick because I think even my computer would be kind of tough. But I'm pretty sure that you might be able to do both vertical and horizontal on YouTube alone. The problem with TikTok is the fucking TikTok Live Studio app is so demanding, dude. Bro, look at my comments too. Yes, miss. Sony ZV-E10 or R50V? I would do the Sony ZV-E10 2 over the Sony ZV-E10. But yeah, so now that I have a VOD up at 1080p on YouTube, that'll be great. Yeah, that'll be great. Out of the subject question, are white balance cars and color charts used on film sets? Yes. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Valerie Visions, what's up? Thanks, bro. That the only reach I need since I have the Sigma 17 to 40. Yeah, you got it, bro. Jimena, what ND filters would you recommend for vlogging on a Sony A7 IV camera for outdoor and indoor, well, everyday vlog? Valerie Visions, good morning, good morning. I like ND filters. I have everything linked in my link in bio. Jimena. I have a little category called lens filters and accessories. The ones that I like are 2 to 5 stops. I usually like, I have it right here. You can, there's tons of options, but ND 2 to 32 is the minimum. And I always buy 82 millimeters, but K&F Concept, it isn't the top tier brand, K&F Concept, nowhere near it, but it also isn't the bottom of the barrel. It's a nice mix of quality, and there's not an X pattern that shows up on them, which is kind of an issue. So my recommendation is this guy right here. The way that you can find it, Jimena, is if you're on TikTok, you can click on my link in bio just by going to my profile page, hitting my little picture up here. Then I have a link, and then I have a little Amazon storefront, and this takes you to this category over here, lens and filters. Actually, let me organize this a little bit better. Edit. Let me put lens filters up at the front. This guy. Boom. That way you guys can see it a little better. Yeah. I'm new to TikTok. You're welcome. So I got 67. Yeah, so that's kind of like the trick. That's kind of the thing. How many, Jimena, how many lenses do you have? Just one? 67? 67. What I like to do is I like to buy the largest size of the largest filter thread that you have, and then buy step-up rings. Step-up rings look like this. So what I do is I buy the largest size that I have, in my case it's 82, and then I buy step-up rings that get me to, that way I can use the same filter on different lenses. Yeah. So for example, like right here, you can see that I'm using step-up rings right here on this camera, because this filter is 82, but I have a smaller, this is using a step-up ring on the back of it. Kind of hard to see, but this isn't 82, but I bought an 82 filter that I can use on all my cameras, and then I just convert it to 82 filter thread size, and now I can use it on all my cameras. And that's what these are, step-up rings. Yeah, if the largest size that you have is 67, then go ahead and just buy that one. But everybody's is different. Like my use case, the way that I explained it is I have I buy the largest size, like the 82, and 82 is the most common one, and then I adapt it to 67, 77, 72, 50 something, instead of buying a bunch of different expensive filters. That's a pro tip. That's a pro tip. Clip that, Andrew. Clip that. No. I know what you said already, but I really wish you were coming out for the Cine Gear. I'll go live there when it's there. It's in 2 weeks. Nice, bro. You should upgrade to the Polar Pro Helix Maglog. I don't like magnetic filters. Those ones probably are super expensive. Those are probably... I'm not rich like you, Andrew. When I grow up and I'm rich like you, then I can get expensive stuff. What's up, Kabi? Valerie Visions. Oh my God. Thank you. Very helpful. You're welcome, Jimeno. You are very welcome. On the EF lens, it has AF, MF switch. Do I have to switch it when I'm in auto versus manual? No. So if you're in like auto versus manual, what, the autofocus? What do you use typically? So the switch on the side of the lens will override the camera. What are you shooting with? On TikTok, I'm shooting with a Canon R8. This is a Canon R8 right here. And then on YouTube, I'm filming or streaming with an R50. Hobby. Valerie, did that make sense, Valerie? I'm not rich either. We'll get there, Andrew. We'll get there, bro. Sony ZV-E10 or 64, looking for a budget video camera. I would do the Sony ZV-E10 II if you're looking for a video camera. Sorry, no. Maybe I didn't understand your question. On the EF lens, it has AF MF switch. Do I have to switch it when I'm in auto versus manual? So the camera will, the lens switch on the side will override your camera settings. So if your switch on your lens says autofocus, your camera should override to autofocus. If you switch to MF on the lens, the camera body will switch to manual focus. I think that's what you're asking. I think. If not, let me know. See if I can add some clarity. Damn, I wish I still shot on my Nikon D90. It's nearly been a decade, but I'm planning to buy a Sony A7 III. Do not buy an A7 III, bro. Do not. If not, our friend Andrew will come after you. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. There's a couple better options than the A7 III, but if that's what you want. Okay, yes, I understand. Okay, I got you. I got you. Happy to help, Valerie. Happy to help. That's actually one of the reasons, Valerie, why I think it's important to buy branded stuff for the lens, because the Canon adapter should do that natively, like easily, right? Because it's made by Canon. Where you run into problems is when you buy third-party adapters, where that might be faulty. Why? I need something to film and to photo. It just the A7 III had a lot of problems. Vic, okay, so what other camera would you buy if you have a A7 IV, something similar but smaller? I mean what is it, the A7C II, right? Yeah, the A7C II I think is the same A7 IV camera, except it's more compact. I think I got that right. But the A7 IV is already pretty awesome. So yeah, the A7C II I think is the same, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this one. Yeah. I think these are the exact same sensors. It's practically the same camera if I remember correctly. $2,000, pretty solid. Yeah, $2,000, $2,100. Pretty decent. Great camera, great sensor. Solid, dude. I mean, I've halved it for a month and didn't saw some mistakes or problems. Or you mean overheating? No, man, if you're happy with it, bro. If you're happy with it, Kabi, you said you already have the A7 III? I thought you said you were thinking about getting one. Can I use the same lens? Yeah. So your A7 IV uses what's called the E mount. This right here, this E mount, if you can see that. So the E mount is universal across all Sonys that use the same E mount, the Sony E mount. I'm thinking to buy it, but in work I have it to play with. Oh, got it. Yeah, man. I mean, I would be getting like the A7 IV, you know, the A7 IV. But if you like what you like. What you're not gonna do though, Kabi, is you're not gonna come back here to me and say, Vic, you recommended the A7 III and now it's a piece of shit. I'm like, I told you, bro. But if you're happy with it, man, I'm just messing with you. But the A7 III has, you know, I've talked to several people that had issues with it. Yo, what's up, man? Just got back from a car meet. Nice, bro. Did you get any cool pictures? Actually, guys, my 2 hours is up. So I do appreciate all of you guys that were here. I got to go get some breakfast in me. I did wake up early today. A little bit later, actually. Thank you so much for stopping in, Jimena, Kabi, Shot by Crimson. If you guys haven't followed already, I would really appreciate it if you did. Also, check out my YouTube channel. My links are in my bio. Have a blessed day, everybody. Adios.